All right, welcome. Today, we're going to break down a really critical technology choice for any campus that's serious about professional streaming. We're talking about encoders, and this one decision, believe me, it impacts everything, from your budget to the very people running the show.
Okay, so let's just dive right in. Your campus needs to stream, but what do you use? A souped-up PC or a dedicated little box? You know, it all boils down to that classic build versus buy question. Are you building a flexible streaming station from a computer, or are you buying a purpose-built appliance? The answer? Well, it's got huge implications. And that entire decision really hinges on one single piece of technology, your video encoder. This thing is the engine, the very heart of your entire streaming workflow. Get this choice right, and everything else just gets a whole lot easier.
So what is an encoder anyway? Well, think of it like a digital translator. It takes this huge raw video signal coming straight from your camera, and it compresses it, it translates it into a format that can actually be sent over the internet for everyone to watch live.
All right, first up, let's talk about the software approach. This is where you take a pretty powerful computer and basically turn it into this super versatile, all-in-one streaming command center.
So you've got programs like OBS Studio, which, tons of people use, or maybe the more production-heavy vMix. These things are amazing because they are just packed with features, they're super customizable, and often they're either free or pretty low cost. Plus, they run on a PC you might already own, which is a huge plus.
But, and this is a big but, here's the catch, this setup. This is definitely not plug and play. You're opening up a PC, installing hardware, messing with drivers, and then diving deep into software settings. From an IT manager's perspective, you're looking at a few hours of skilled work for sure.
Now, let's flip the coin and look at the alternative, the hardware encoder. Think of this as a dedicated appliance, a purpose-built device that's designed to do one single thing and do it really, really well.
This is what I like to call the set it and forget it approach. It's a dedicated box. It isn't running Windows updates in the background. There's no antivirus scans popping up, no other programs fighting for resources. Its one and only job is to encode and stream, and that leads to just rock-solid stability.
And wow, this slide just lays out the difference perfectly, doesn't it? We're going from a multi-hour PC configuration project to something that can be up and running in probably under 30 minutes. You plug in your camera, plug in the network, and you are basically ready to go live. For an IT manager, that speed and simplicity is just a massive win.
And this really gets to the core of it, reliability. These devices are built to be workhorses. We're talking about those can't-fail campus events, right? Like commencement or a big board meeting. Having something that can just run 24/7 without crashing, well, that's a huge advantage.
Okay, so this brings us to a really, really critical point for any IT manager. What happens when things go wrong? 5 minutes before the big event is supposed to start. How do these two different philosophies handle troubleshooting under pressure?
This troubleshooting guide just paints such a clear picture. For an IT team, a software problem means you're digging through drivers, checking for OS updates that broke something, looking for software conflicts. It takes specialized knowledge. On the other hand, with a hardware encoder, the problem is often physical. Is the cable plugged in? Does it need a simple reboot? That kind of simplicity is absolutely invaluable when you're live and the clock is ticking.
Now, no matter which way you go, there are a few modern standards you've got to look for. Make sure your encoder can do adaptive bitrate streaming. That's what gives your viewers a smooth experience, even on a bad connection. You'll also want it to use common protocols like RTMP, so it plays nice with professional platforms like Dacast. And please don't forget about security. If you're streaming anything sensitive, internal meetings, research presentations, paid workshops, then AES encryption is just non-negotiable. It's basically the digital lock on your stream's front door that makes sure only the people you want watching can actually watch.
So, with all of this on the table, how in the world do you make the right choice for your specific school, college, or university?
This matrix right here provides a really clear framework. Look, if your main driver is a lower upfront cost and you've got a solid IT team that can handle the support, then yeah, a software encoder makes a ton of sense. It's perfect for a flexible media lab. But if you're talking high-stakes events, or you want to empower non-technical staff like faculty or students to stream on their own, then the reliability and sheer simplicity of a hardware encoder often justifies that higher initial cost.
At the end of the day, this decision goes way beyond the tech specs. It's really about choosing the tool that best fits your campus culture, your support staff, and your long-term goals. Is your top priority flexibility and a low initial cost, or is it rock-solid reliability and ease of use for everybody?
The right answer is the one that empowers your people to share their message with the least amount of friction. That's the real question.